Good morning. It is Friday, June 21st. Starting a new vlog 5-part series. My writing, number 1. Overview of what I'm attempting. Starting with novels, slipping part 2 into the living universe, inspiring flash fiction. Then articles, then videos, and finishing up with riddles. So, my writing has at its heart, at its core, the novel. And everything that I write, every piece of fiction I've found has to be interconnected with the novels being beating hearts, living things, and the fibrous tendrils connecting them can be flash fiction, short stories, game sessions in a role-playing scenario. But the greatest drive and passion that I have behind my creation, behind my artistic sensibilities, is the novel. I'm not a painter. I'm not a singer. I can consider myself a writer and only aspire to be the novelist within that. Although I admit any kind of success would be welcome and I could shift. But starting from when I graduated college in 1998 and found my mind wanting stimulation, I've been working on novels, on stories of that length. As a hobby, sometimes quite a bit of time would pass by, but I kept circling back, and I would write interesting stories, interesting premises, but not in a not as a great writer. I was not developing a professional level, developing my skill at a professional level initially, which shifted with my first book being self-published, Destiny's Hand. With that failing to catch on, with that failure in my face, I changed and adjusted and learned and pushed myself to be what was demanded, to be the kind of novelist that, the only kind of novelist that can be successful. I have to accept the obvious. Modern stories must be page turners. It's a hard thing to not just embrace the art, but to think of the commercial success, to sell out before you really start. That I am not satisfied with only myself reading a story. I want other people to be immersed in my head. Ultimately, it's about communicating and sharing ideas in a medium that is success when all other means have failed, allowing me to have ideas shared when no other means can bear fruit. A successful novel to me is a means of sharing a universe. And certainly on the small scale, as a game master, as a dungeon master with role-playing games that I have led, I can do it, and I currently do it applying with discipline what little time I have, what little spare time I have, to leading a role-playing game within the setting of my novels, which is something I've been doing for a few years now. I recommend it for any writers that are in the, well, it's certainly in the fantasy genre. That would be easiest, but I think sci-fi would also be an easy thing, but maybe even more, maybe even something like romance, some romantic setting, like what's that popular show, Riverdale, could have a nice role-playing element, a tabletop role-playing element that could be utilized as a muse for novels, for novellas. So I'm going to dive deep into the psychology of why I write, what drives me, success or no success, the continued no success, I should say, what will continue to drive me whether or not I'm successful or not. And I'll keep coming back to novels, I think, but I understand that I must go where the people are, and that means social media, that means YouTube, although I am exploring alternatives such as BitChute and I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It's like a shortened version of Library, LBRY, with the censorship that YouTube is embracing. We must, those of us creators, must diversify. And I'm scared to acknowledge the darkness outside and how truly early it is in the morning and all that I have to do today, and that it is the only way to accomplish dreams is to sacrifice the sleep and live the dream. Especially if you can't get a handle on discipline. I wrote a few riddles today before sleep, without sleep, instead of sleep. The final one I'll leave you with, and you can judge me on its merits. What can heal accidents by relieving pressure? What softens judgments of a parental figure? What formal dance is birthed from a scandalous song? Because it is impossible to do no wrong. Have a good morning and have a wonderful day.